Bhutan, a country with about 650,000 people, tucked away in the north part of India, one of the most beautiful countries in the world, and a country with a reputation for having some of the happiest people in the world. I'm very pleased to be able to speak to Mr. Kipchu Tshering, the Chief Executive Officer of one of the larger banks in Bhutan, the Bhutan National Bank. And I would like him to give us a sense of how financial intermediation is taking place in Bhutan. Thank you very much for speaking to us, Mr. Kipchu. Give us a sense of Bhutan as a country and the economic profile of the country.
Yes, Bhutan is a very small country with a population size of 650,000, and it's located in between the two most populous countries, that is namely the India towards the south, and to the north is the China. About 80% of the population still live on agriculture. But Bhutan is fast developing in terms of, because of the natural resources, like hydropower is one of the biggest resources that Bhutan has. And we are harnessing that for the, power hungry, the nations like India, where we can sell our power to India at a very cheap rate. And therefore there is also need for power in Bangladesh, Nepal, and even to the north in China, Tibet, which is also in need of power.
Bhutan is also famous for tourism. To what extent is tourism an important part of the economy?
One is Bhutan is culturally very lively. We are in terms of environment also, Bhutan is undisturbed. And Bhutan has one of the best scenic beauties in terms of the high mountains, the valleys, the people, the religion, culture. Everything is very lively there, and people find Bhutan as a last Shangri-La in the world.
Tell us a little bit about your bank and how close you are with the local community. What do you do, and what is your business profile?
My bank was established last within the 13 years. It's in the 13th year of operation. And prior to that, there was only one bank, the state-owned bank. And during the last 13 years, my bank has been actively involved into the banking and also the socio-economic development of the country. We have today virtually become the bank in the country in terms of services, in terms of credit to assets that we have lent out to the public, and in terms of even mobilization of savings. We are done very well, and we are almost almost to the point of that we are number one now. And in terms of technology also, we are much ahead of the rest of the banks. And right now we have 4 banks but we are the second in terms of the size. But very soon we are hoping to become the number one.
What does it take to become number one? If there's a population of 600,000, you probably have everyone within walking range of each other.
So everything depends on the services. The faster and better services you can, the clients, once you become your clients, and they will not go away to the other banks. And in fact, the newer clients would like to bank with us because of our reputation.
How many people in Bhutan have bank accounts?
See, in terms of, I think, bankable population, I think we have very little bankable population. Maybe half the population still does not have accounts. But that is because of the remoteness of the area. The locations are, the villages and are sparse, and they are not concentrated into the valleys. So people are all over the place, and that's why it is not easy for everybody to have an account. But with the modernization, I think with the internet banking, we have the mobile banking, and you name it, ATMs, and everything is coming into place.
How many people in Bhutan are above or below the poverty line?
That is a very relative term, but Bhutan, if you
That's
look
correct.
at the per capita income within the SAARC region, probably we are the highest. We have $1,350, and the GDP growth is we are growing at the rate of 8 to 9% every year.
So $1,300 per capita income makes them technically all bankable in a sense.
Yeah,
If they can reach them, basically.
Yes, it is. But that's again, the distribution of wealth. Then the distribution of income itself.
It's not even.
It's not even a sense that the population is concentrated in certain areas, and it is there are a lot of people who are not reachable in terms of education, in terms of employment opportunities, and in terms of even if they are educated, they cannot get a job right away, or So we have problems like rural urban migration, and all this are happening because of the kind of opportunities that is being made available. And we have enormous amount of the immigrants who are working for the country, like from India or even from Bangladesh. People come to work in Bhutan.
So what is the profile of your asset base? How much of your business is actually banking and how much of it is investments and other things?
See, the investment opportunities in Bhutan are mostly on the retail banking. And we don't have much of the treasury assets are very little. And we have more of a retail banking like mortgage loans. We have the industrial loans, the personal loans. We have business loans, and all sort of these businesses are thriving very well. And the growth in terms of those loans are growing at the rate of almost 30% every year. And the demand for the credit is growing every year.
If the credit is growing on the back of mortgages, you're saying to me that the bankable assets in Bhutan are pretty stable and they can grow, basically.
Yes, we are growing very steadily, and we are growing at not less than 20% every year. So there were times even my bank was growing about 70 to 80%, both in terms of the deposits and in terms of credit.
Bhutan is in a phase of rapid investment in infrastructure at this point in time.
Right.
And that is why your bank has been able to record a very fast pace of growth as a result.
Yes.
What is the economic outlook of Bhutan for the foreseeable future?
So we have a huge potential for hydropower, that is up to 30,000 megawatt. And 30,000 megawatt project for a country size of 650,000. This enormous potential for the per capita income to grow on every project that is coming into streamline will make our the income grow by $700 to $800 per person. So that has an enormous potential for the country like Bhutan. And moreover, we have the potential for tourism, which is one of the biggest the revenue generation for the country now. And the future, the Bhutan government wants to harness this in a big way. So I think the potential for Bhutan is going to be very, very high.
Kipchu Tshering, thank you very much for giving us a good glimpse of a wonderful country. And
thank you.
We look forward to being able to visit it sometime.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.